Hey everyone, this is Mohit. Welcome back to my channel. In today's session, we will walk through integration services in UiPath. That's one of my favorite topic and important capability to understand for modern automations. Let's understand what integration services means in UiPath. UiPath integration services lets you connect UiPath bots with popular apps and cloud services very easily without doing any heavy coding. Think of it like ready-made plugins that help bots talk to the tools such as SAP, Salesforce, Outlook, Google Sheets, ServiceNow, and many more. The main question arises always why it's useful. The very first reason is no need to write complex API code. Another one is faster automation development. And the last for secure and cloud based. Moving on to the key components of integration services. Very first one is connectors that includes Salesforce, SAP, Outlook, Google Sheets, ServiceNow, and more. They save time by avoiding custom API coding. Then we have connections that basically secure links between UiPath and external applications. This is where you configure authentication like auth, API keys, and credentials. And the last one we have triggers that automatically start an automation when something happens in another app. Example, start a bot when a new email arrives or new ticket is created. Now, let's talk about the limitations of integration services. The very first one is not every application has a ready-made connector. If a connector doesn't exist, you may need custom APIs. And second one is integration services works only in UiPath Cloud. It is not supported in fully on-prem orchestrator setups. Pre-built actions are fixed. If you need very specific or complex API logic, integration services may not support it. If the connected application is down or slow, the automation may fail or get delayed. Moving on, we will walk through the steps to create a Gmail connection using integration services. Click on the app launcher icon in UiPath Orchestrator. Navigate to the integration services. Select the folder where you want to store or create the integration service connection. Let's say finance. Go to the connections tab, click add connection, search for Gmail in the connector list. Yep. This page helps you to create a secure connection between UiPath integration services and Google services like Gmail or Calendar. Let's understand each section step by step. Folder in which the connection is stored. Simple. In other words, this determines where the connection will be saved in UiPath. Any automation within the same folder can reuse this connection. Now we talk about authentication type, where we have several options. We will be using Auth 2.0 authorization code, a secure authentication method. Scope define what UiPath is allowed to access in your Google account. User info.profile, read basic profile information. Then we have mail.google.com, full access to Gmail. We also have auth/calendar that can access your Google Calendar. Then we have gmail.labels that's basically read and manage your Gmail labels. And finally, click connect. Now you need to select your Google account, click continue, again continue. Once completed, you will see that the connection has been successfully created. Let's jump into the UiPath Studio and see how we can send an email to a user using the integration service connection. Open an existing project like this. In the activities panel, search for Gmail. You will see multiple activities available under the Gmail. We will use the send email activity to send a simple email to a user. This activity comes from the dependency called uipath.gsuite.activities. Now drag and drop. You can see the connection here under the finance folder, correct? Moving further, save as a draft, false. In the to field, click open in expression editor. Provide the recipient's email address inside curly brackets like this way. Click save. In the subject field, enter test mail, and in the body you can provide anything. That's done. Click save and run this now. You can also provide CC and BCC also. Click on run and see the magic. And it's really simple, right? Without writing any code, correct? Just like plug and play. I go to my email box and see. Here we go. I hope you are learning something new from this. Next, we will see how to create event triggers in UiPath Orchestrator. You cannot create triggers here for now because trigger functionality has been moved to event triggers which are managed directly in UiPath Orchestrator. Before moving forward, let's reduce the refresh rate for reading emails so the system checks for new events or mails more frequently. Navigate back to the connections in integration service. Click on the existing Gmail connection. You will see the setting that says checking for events every 5 minutes. Let's click on 5 minutes and let's reduce to 1 minute and click update and check, and that's done. To create an event-based trigger, you can also use triggers in UiPath code. Let's get started. In UiPath code, search for Gmail. Again, the same step. Now, select the email received trigger. Scroll down. Choose a Gmail connection that we already created using integration service. Select the folder, for example, in this case, inbox. Configure filters if needed. In this case, select filters as subject contains test. Click save to create the trigger. Now, create a variable of type Gmail message to store the incoming email data, correct? So let's say create a variable. Use a log activity to print the sender's name using from dot display name. I select as an info. So basically what it does, it's basically print the sender's name from the received email. Finally, publish the package to the orchestrator. Click publish. Click directly on publish. Done. So once the package is published, let's create the process in UiPath orchestrator. Go to the process, add process, the same step. Select this time as a Gmail automation process. The package version is 1.0.1 and the entry point of the file is main.xaml. This time we have input arguments, but we'll discuss later. Click next. You will see now the integration service connection used by this automation that's available. Notice that the event trigger selected is email received, right? Choose a mailbox folder to inbox and click save. Go to the next. You can also mention the display name. We already discussed description, anything. We are going to disable the healing agent option and click create to finalize the process. Close. Now let's test the process by sending a test email. Go back to your Gmail account. The bot checks for new events every 1 minute. Click, click send. Open the jobs tab in UiPath Orchestrator. Once the email is received, you will see that A job has started automatically. See, let's refresh again. It's running now. Click the three dots, click View Logs. Here you can see the execution logs generated by the automation. You can also disable the event trigger by clicking Disable. And you can also enhance and scale this automation. That's all for today. Thank you, everyone. I hope you find this video helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Your support really keeps me motivated to create more awesome videos. Thank you, everyone.